Angela, who's got a full-time job, high rate taxpayer, earns £50,000, has 150 grand to invest in a property project. She decides to do a commercial conversion because she's gone to PPN in Stratford, and it is Stratford, isn't it? Yeah. And Motiul talks about how commercial conversions are going to change your life and are the best things since sliced bread. It's about right, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah? Of course it is, yeah. And how if you do a commercial conversion, you can buy a brand new Bentley in 8 months. Yeah? Yeah. Okay.
Through finance.
Through finance, yeah. Through contract hire.
Indeed.
Okay? Yeah. Funded by the company. And so Angela, being smart but very naive, follows exactly what Motiul tells her and decides to invest £300,000 in a commercial conversion, so £400,000 in buying a commercial building. Then she spends £300,000 on the refurb and then sells it for £900,000. So she's made £200,000 profit. How do you think she should structure her business? Should she do it in her own name, have a partnership, an LLP, or a limited company? Nadeem, we're going to let you hazard a guess. So the simple thing is she's made 200 grand profit.
Yeah, I would have said a limited company.
Okay.
And that way, yeah, definitely not in her own name.
Yeah. Blandine, what do you reckon?
I think I would. Oh, next, based on the.
Based on this scenario.
I would put on LLP.
You put an LLP. Okay, let's look at both those scenarios in a different way. So, Nadeem, Angela's made 200 grand in a limited company. If Blandine, she has it in an LLP, she's going to pay tax on the £200,000, whether or not she takes the money out, which means she's got her personal allowance, which is let's call it 13 grand to keep numbers easy. Then on £37,000, she's going to pay tax and national insurance at 20% plus NIC. That gets her to 50 grand. Then over the 50 grand, she's going to pay 40% tax. When she gets to £100,000, she's going to lose her personal allowance. Okay, for every pound she earns, she loses 50 pence of her personal allowance. So when she gets to £125,000, she's got no personal allowance. So on that slice, she's paying like 60% tax on that 25,000. Then when she goes over £150,000 with the current rules, she pays 45% tax. I've got the numbers in there, by the way. And as the rules are changing, when she gets to 125,000, she pays 45% tax. So over here, she's paying a huge amount of tax. Yet she doesn't need all this money here, because remember, she's a high rate taxpayer, okay? And she doesn't need the cash. So this here won't apply to her. This here won't apply to her. So basically on the 200 grand, she's going to be paying 40% tax and then 45% tax, so even higher. And she doesn't like that idea. You come back to yours.
She hasn't even drawn the money out of the company.
Hasn't drawn anything out of the company. Because an LLP is transparent for tax purposes. Yeah. So using your, she got 200 grand here, she's going to pay corporation tax on that. Whatever's left over stays in the company. If she takes the money out, she pays tax on it as a dividend. If she doesn't, she leaves it in there. Because she's got a full-time job, she doesn't need any extra cash, and the reason why she's become a property investor or she's got a second business is so she can accumulate assets. Now, because she's got a taste for doing commercial conversions, she wants to do a second one. So she comes to you and says to you, I've got 200 grand in here, okay? But now, rather than doing one commercial conversion, I want to do, because she hasn't just got 200 grand, by the way, she's got the 400 grand that she invested in, okay? Well. Plus the 300 grand on the refurb. So overall here, she's got more money. The 4 plus 3, the 700 grand that she can take that out because that was given as a director's loan, so she can take that out. But for now, it's in the company. So she says to you, I'm looking to do my next commercial conversion. Should I do it in this company or a different company? What would you say to her?
I'd say, yeah, do it in the same company.
Okay. And she says to you, because I've got £900,000, rather than doing one commercial conversion, I want to do 2 commercial conversions?
It depends if it's with the same. Well, okay, if it's with different partners, possibly you.
At the minute, she's a lone ranger.
She's a lone ranger.
Yeah. Stella?
So if she has a holding company structure, we could.
She hasn't at the minute because she's all new to this. Or she went to PP in Stratford and Motiul's put her on this track here.
First deal with Motil, right?
Yeah.
Didn't she?
No, on her own.
Oh, she did it on her own. Okay.
Motil is the culprit. He's got her on this
He's
track,
got
by the
her
way.
hooked on there, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
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 There's no reason why you wouldn't recycle again because eventually you could benefit from investor relief.
Yes.
So you'd want to keep the money in for 3 years, same company.
Entrepreneur, no. She doesn't get on investor relief.
Entrepreneur relief. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brian, any thoughts? So now she wants to do 2 deals.
Yeah.
Should she do both in the same company or do something else?
I'm thinking back to the holding company structure you drew
Yeah.
yesterday.
Okay.
I'm wondering if that's not relevant. Yeah, but obviously not knowing all the other details, I think Nazim raised a good point. But you said there's no partners involved. But at least with the holding company structure, you can lend between businesses
Yeah.
easily.
Okay. Okay.
Or just another company. But I do think another entity would be good, and that one can
Yeah.
have a loan to the other
Okay.
entity. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So Motil, do you think it's a good idea to do 2 commercial conversions around about the same time in the same company, or should we keep them separate?
Keep them separate.
Why is that? You know the answer, by the way.
If one goes belly up.
One goes belly up, okay?
Management, yeah.
Risk management, that's right.
Right, yeah, of course.
So now she's got 2, so she moves 350 grand here, and she'll 350 grand here.
But how does that work if they're not under a holding company?
This company loans, as Brian said, money to this company here,
It's a company.
They have the same director,
and
the
shareholder.
company loan.
Yeah. They don't have to, by the way. This company can be Brian's company. He's got 700 grand. And Stella comes along and says, I've got this wonderful deal here, by the way, and buying a bakery with some of the stuff, okay? And I need some cash, and I'm buying it in a limited company. Brian can loan 350 grand to Stella, okay? There's no personal consequence for Brian in terms of overdrawn loan account. It's a company-to-company transaction, yeah? So now she's got 2, and I'm just going to map it out so she could have 1, 2, 3, 4 companies, and then she's got loan here, this company's got loan here, this company's got loan here. Can you see how it's going to start getting messy? Okay. Usually the best thing to do is once you've done a transaction, generally speaking, I'd say close that company down, move the money to the next one. The problem you've got here is when you close a company down because you've done a commercial conversion, if you want to take the money out, okay, you'll have to pay personal tax. And then you can move it over here. Because you can't close the company down and say, I've given a loan. Yeah, because that becomes a director's loan. Everybody with me so far? So you will kind of get into the answer, Brian, by the way. So this is why you need a holding company. Because with a holding company, what Angela can do is when this company closes down with the 200 grand, okay, it moves it up here as a tax-free dividend, no tax to pay. She closes that company, and then she can move her funds down to here or anywhere she likes. Yeah? That's what makes the whole thing efficient. Now, I think you mentioned, or somebody else mentioned, if there's 2 of them, they've got 2 options. They can both be part of the same company, holding company, and have 50-50 each. I think it's better if you've got a second partner, they have their own holding company. Because then they've got their flexibility, you've got your flexibility. Because if you recall yesterday, Motil wants to take a 10 grand dividend, Nadeem doesn't. If they're part of the same company, it just causes complications. You can get around it, which I'm going to cover for you in about 5-10 minutes. But if they've got their own holding companies, you do what you like with the cash when it goes up, you do what you like with the cash when it goes up. Because you might then meet Andrew, and he's got a good deal in Portsmouth, you might want to invest with him and not do too much with Motil, and vice versa. It gives you the flexibility. Yeah? Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, by the way, make sure you click like, subscribe and post a comment.
because that tells me that you're engaging and you're finding the content useful. And if you like this video, make sure you check out this video here, because it's the next stage in terms of your learning and development.